Entertainment is a strange word to use with serious subject matter, but it is about entertainment, it's about engagement, it's about giving people a really, really compelling story. I had my private hopes for how successful the film could be. It's been so much more successful than that.
When the film opened, we had hoped that maybe it would do as well as Dunkirk, but it's done double that. I mean, it's amazing.
It's been really thrilling to see audiences all around the world embrace the film, and young people in particular coming to the film multiple times. That's been quite a thrill.
I think the only thing that I can really put it down to is the fact that audiences were ready to see a film that challenged them and that sort of meant more than just a sort of mindless entertainment.
The arming party's left 0, they're heading this way. Throwing your switches.
It was a very difficult scene to shoot because we were shooting in the middle of the desert in a very large area. We had terrible wind, and we actually thought, we were worried that we weren't going to be able to shoot. So there were lots of sort of practical considerations that made it very difficult.
The team hasn't slept in 2 nights. If we stand down, make the bomb safe, we won't be back here for a week.
One of my first conversations about the film, once I'd finished the script, was with Andrew Jackson, my visual effects supervisor. He was the first person after Emma that I showed the script to, because I knew it would take him a very long time to do what I was going to ask him to do, which is to do the Trinity test without computer graphics. Computer graphics, which I've used for a nuclear explosion in the past at the end of Dark Knight Rises, and they did a very good job with that. But the truth is, computer graphics are very versatile, but they feel safe. And the thing about the Trinity test is it had to be absolutely beautiful, but dangerous in equal measure. And I think that only analog imagery, only real world things that you can photograph, and that has a bite to it, that has a threat to it. And that was very important to me, that the Trinity test have that feeling of danger.
I dropped my kid off in college, and the people sitting at the table next to us were talking about the film, and I was sort of going like this. I mean, thankfully they were very positive. And then the next day I was on the train and I heard some other people talking about it, and that's never happened to me before. I've never felt that level of excitement or engagement with a film out in the culture.
Must be a great feeling, is it?
It's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. And I think it particularly is an amazing feeling because we've heard so much for so many years about the theatrical experience being dead. And I think that what this summer proved is that there absolutely is still an audience that if you provide something that they are interested to watch, they will go and watch it.
My first conversation with one of my teenage sons about the subject matter, when I told him what I was writing, when I started, he said to me, "Well, Dad, honestly, nobody's that interested in that subject anymore. Nobody really worries about that anymore." And sadly, with the change in the geopolitical situation, our fear of nuclear weapons came back.
Unfortunately, the story has a relevance and a resonance that, a couple of years ago it may not have had. But I think that that's, precisely what we were setting out to achieve, because I think that we had got to this point in our culture where we were sort of taking peace and safety for granted.
For a filmmaker, it's a great opportunity, I wouldn't say to educate, but to engage, to try and tell the story in an exciting way, where you feel the importance of it because it's being presented to you in a very dramatic fashion. And that was really what I wanted to do. Entertainment is a strange word to use with serious subject matter, but it is about entertainment, it's about engagement, it's about giving people a really, really compelling story.